Two children were burned in Massachusetts after someone poured acid on a park playground slide. This happened just outside of Springfield. A mom of a 1-year-old said that she thought it was just a puddle of rainwater. She did not know anything was wrong until her child started crying. Longmeadow police saying that someone broke into a pool facility and stole the hydrochloric acid. They are now asking the public for help to catch whoever did this.
If you see anything, if they saw people would burn clothes, either burn skin, if they have camera footage, anything they have.
So far, no arrests have been made in this. Police say that the solution was poured on 3 slides. They've since closed that area for cleaning. Ashley Thielen, the mother of those 2 children, joining us now for a NewsNation exclusive. Ashley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
First, I'd like to ask, how are your 2 kids doing?
We're doing really well. We were really fortunate because the injuries weren't that bad. So yeah, they're both doing really well and have kind of recovered and are acting like their usual selves.
That's great to hear. Can you talk us through what happened that day?
Sure. I just brought the kids to the park like a normal Sunday morning. I was meeting a friend there who I hadn't seen in a long time, and we were just chatting. And the baby, the 1-year-old, had kind of climbed up onto the bottom of the slide and sat down. And so the bottom of his pants was all wet. And then he started crying. I just thought he was fussing. So I continued chatting with my friend. I picked him up. I was trying to comfort him. And he continued crying. And when I kind of shifted him over to my other arm, I noticed that where he had been sitting on my arm, the jacket looked like it was all stuck together. Oh. So I kind of pulled. And it ripped right apart. So that was the first thing that sort of tipped me off that this wasn't just water. And also, right at that moment, my daughter started crying and saying, "Mommy, it hurts, it hurts." And she was pointing at the back of her leg. So when I went to smell what the liquid that was on my sleeve, my eyes and nose just started burning. And that was when I realized that this was not, this was hurting my kids. So I didn't see any running water at the park. There weren't any water fountains or anything. So my friend and I quickly got them into the car, and I warned the other family that I saw there not to let their kids play on the playground equipment. And then we put the kids in the car and called the police from there. And by the time we got the kids back and into the tub, it was already starting to kind of bubble up on the back of her leg.
Oh my gosh. You're saying that the liquid actually started melting the fabric that it came into contact with? Yeah. It just kind of disintegrated. So
you're
a mom, you are also a doctor. What is going through your mind as all of this is unfolding? I mean, did your mind even go to acid? What did you think was happening?
Well, I knew it was some sort of chemical, but it didn't go to, I wasn't thinking that this was some sort of a malicious act. I thought, oh, there's a chemical on the slide. I wasn't even thinking about how it got there. I was just trying to get my kids safe.
Any question in your mind?
As they started throughout the day, and we found out that somebody had broken into the pool house and poured it down the slide. As time went on, I started to get more and more angry and just upset about how bad it could have turned out.
Yeah,
we were really lucky.
Who should be held accountable for this?
Well, I'm really hoping that we'll discover who did this, and then that person or people, I think, should be held accountable for this. I don't think that this could have been really. I don't think anybody foresaw something like this happening, but I do think that, unfortunately, the playground facilities probably need to be monitored if there are going to be people. I mean, parents aren't going to want to have to worry about something like this happening when they take their kids to the park.
2 more quick questions for you. Any question in your mind that this was intentional? What do you think happened? Is this just a sick person putting acid on children's slides?
Well, I hope that's not what it is. My thought kind of goes to, it was probably just some kid or some teenager that, kids that age, they're not thinking about what's going to happen next, but they need to be, because this could have been so much more serious than it was. But who knows? It could have been some sick person that, had a premeditated plan to go do this to try to hurt kids, which is even more disturbing if that was the case.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.